Hello guys and welcome back to another Premier League predictions video. Today we return with Game Week 27 and we kick off the fixture without an early kickoff, so diving straight into the 3 o'clock games with Brentford hosting my boys Chelsea. I'm feeling a little bit pessimistic about this. Chelsea did win against Leeds in midweek, but our record against Brentford over recent years isn't great, and it just feels like the sort of banana skin that we slip up on and end up losing. However, saying that, I have gone for a 2-1 Chelsea victory. Next up, we have Everton hosting West Ham, two teams that are right at the bottom of the form table at the moment, but West Ham significantly better. And now that Lucas Paqueta has returned alongside Mohamed Kudus, Jared Bowen got a hat-trick against Brentford last week. So West Ham looking on the up, and they're a much better side with Paqueta, which is why I've gone for them to win by 2-1. Game 3, Fulham against Brighton. Tough one to predict. Both teams very inconsistent. Fulham won at Old Trafford last weekend, of course, to ruin my joker. And as it's the most common score in football, I have gone for 2-1 once again, this time to Fulham, with them having a very good home record. Next up, we've got a game where I've gone for a different score, Newcastle against Wolves, where I've actually predicted a 2-2. Quite a lot of goals, as both teams have had lots of goals in their recent games. Newcastle's home form is very good, but Wolves have won their last 3 away from home and undefeated in their last 5, I believe, or possibly even 6. So improved their away form recently, which is why I've gone for a 2-2 draw. Next up, we've got Nuno's Nottingham Forest hosting Liverpool. Both teams played in midweek in the Cup. Forest obviously got knocked out by Manchester United, and Liverpool's kids made it through Southampton at Anfield. Liverpool with a lot of injuries at the moment. However, I have still gone for them to win by 2-1 once again. And that's quite a common scoreline for my predictions this week, as I've gone for the exact same in the next game between Tottenham and Crystal Palace. Spurs' home form has been very, very good this season. Palace are a tough one to judge at the moment because, of course, Glasner's just gone in. This is his second game in charge. And his first one was a bit of an odd one, with Burnley having 10 men for the majority of the game. Obviously, really tough test travelling to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So that's all the 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday, and then the late game sees Luton hosting Aston Villa at the Kenny, where I've gone for lots of goals once again with a 3-2 Aston Villa win. Luton have been shipping goals for fun recently, whilst Villa have been scoring goals for fun after their 4-2 victory against Forest in Matchday 26. Of course, Luton lost 4-1 to Liverpool and then 6-2 to City in their last 2 games. Obviously, 2 of the best teams in the league, but they have been giving away a lot of chances, so I've gone for more goals at the Kenny. As we head into Sunday, a little bit of an underwhelming fixture to kick off with Burnley against Bournemouth. Again, I've gone for the 2-1 scoreline, this time to the away side Bournemouth. Burnley look as if they're probably just going to have their season peter out and end up getting relegated back to the Championship. I was very tempted to go for a 1-1 draw, as I do think they might have a little bit of life left in them, Burnley, but they've got a lot of work to do, and realistically they need all 3 on Sunday. And then it's the big one, the Manchester derby, City against United at the Etihad. Big game for both teams, but United struggling with injury at the moment, and with Rasmus Højlund out, I don't really see where their goals are coming from. They struggled in midweek against Nottingham Forest, as I mentioned, but did nick it late on. And their last league game, of course, was that 2-1 loss at home to Fulham. Again, I just don't really see where the goals are going to come from without Højlund. Rashford's out of form, Antony doesn't score many, Fernandes hasn't scored many this year. So although I've gone for them to get on the score sheet, because they do generally tend to in these Manchester derbies, I think City will win it pretty comfortably. And then fixture 10, which takes place at Bramall Lane on Monday night, sees Arsenal, of course, going for the league title away against Sheffield United, who they themselves, similar to Burnley, look as if they're pretty much done and dusted. They've been in really, really poor form recently, shipping lots and lots of goals, and with the way Arsenal have been scoring them, I think they might be on the end of another battering on Monday. I've gone for 4-0 to the Gunners, and this is also my joker this week. My new rule is basically to stick with Manchester City, but with them facing Man United and Arsenal having a favourable fixture, I've gone for Arsenal after United let me down last week. We'll go and quickly take a look at the predictions website, although not a lot has changed. So here we are, and we're still looking at a similar picture. We have got a bit of a gap below us now, but the guy at the top just absolutely running away with it. Every time I think I'm getting close to him, he pulls away. We've now dropped down to 4th with 2 guys jumping above us. Only 1 point and 2 points ahead, so not too worried about that, but it's top spot. This guy just keeps getting further and further away, and that wasn't helped by the fact that he won the fixture last time out, 9 points. It was quite a low scoring fixture, obviously only 8 games, and some of the results were pretty crazy. We had a pretty poor week, picking up just 5 points, and our joker also let us down, which was really disappointing. So you can see a full breakdown. We did pick up a couple of 1-pointers, but like I say, our joker Manchester United completely let me down after losing to Fulham, and the annoying one, there weren't many 3-pointers around anywhere, but Mr. E, who's top, was the only person to have Brighton 1, Everton 1, so that late dunk equaliser really didn't help me out too much. So yeah, really disappointing week for us. We dropped a couple of places and further behind Mr. E at the top, so we've got some work to do this week. Looking to close that gap at the top once again and hopefully get back to within touching distance. Big week ahead, so we'll see how we get on next week. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.